buddies, it's Raquel. Thank you so much for returning to my YouTube channel. I have such a super fun nostalgic taking you back to the butterfly skirts, the jelly shoes, and the butterfly clips, back to the past with a Animal Crossing faculty speed build. Today we're going to be focusing on the store. If you happen to have the DLC, the Happy Home Designer and Happy Home Paradise, you will know that we unlock a store throughout the game. And this store is really cool because unlike Able Sisters, which we all love, you're able to customize the store, and it has some functionality where you can buy some items for Poki. So this is what makes the Happy Home Designer so fun. So for today's content, again, I have some custom content which you can download if you want to go ahead and recreate this design. So make sure to go ahead and join my Discord below. There you can have some more custom content, some Animal Crossing trades, and also coming soon, a Dream Island. Make sure to, what's it called again? I'm not really good at this. Where is it? Where is it?
A few moments later.
In the meantime, I would like you to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I think that's how it goes. Alright buddies, let me take you back in time to the butterfly clips, the baby doll tops, and the jean and skirt pairing, which you would get at the Limited 2. I was a Limited 2 girl, but the Limited 2 closed. As a millennial, it is my purpose in life to bring the Limited 2 into Animal Crossing New Horizons for the quick build today, so make sure to inflate that inflatable furniture, sit back with your jellies, and let's create the Limited 2. Right, let's get started. So if you want to recreate this look with the custom codes I have available, one thing is important to point out. When I created the custom codes, I made it for a 10 by 8 room. You could do a 10 by 10 room, but just so you know, you might have a gap. Finally, I did not use any windows. That is also super important if you wanted to do my look to a T. And for the pattern and the floor, I just did a concrete. Now, let's pick a really pretty flooring. Now, Limited 2, there was a lot of different stores and they each had their unique look, but for my store, we had this like really pretty white flooring just like this. It's actually crazy how close the look is. Now we had to have a focal wall. They were really bright. Every single Limited 2 had bright colors, orange, pinks, purples, very, very fun. So I decided to choose this really pink, cute wall, especially since it will match my Limited 2 custom code content that I created as a sign to make a focal point wall. The full wall that I created, the custom code, is in the description below. Again, if you want to make that custom wall as exactly as it is, make sure to have the 10 by 8 wall. You could do a 10 by 10, but you will still have that gap. Now, when it comes to creating this room, I had to go back and look at pictures. Of course, I remember the store very vividly. I had so much fun when I went to go shop at the Limited 2. I remember the bright colors. I remember the really retro vibe it had to it. Very funky. They had so many different textures, and so I want to make sure to add that into my design today. That is why you're going to be seeing a lot of different textures in my design, specifically because you could walk in that store, you would see jelly, you would see fuzzies, you would see all this really cool sparkle and glitter, and it just brings back so many great times, and I just want to make sure I incorporated that into this design today. Every Limited 2 had a very big focal wall, especially where the cash register was, so I went ahead and added the neon lights to make it look like a real sign. Of course, this Animal Crossing, things are up into interpretation, but it turned out really nice. Then I added the cash register, which was not the touchscreen because we did not have smart devices then. We had the iPod Classic, which was the closest thing that we had to sort of smart device. I went ahead and added the paper bags, which you can go ahead and customize with a logo, and then also a TV, which was super important because I remember having TVs in the Limited 2 and wanting to dance to the new Lizzie McGuire Metamorphosis CD that they were promoting. Now, focusing on this wall, we have the Limited 2 wall, which I created, and the logo wall, which I created. If you want to go ahead and recreate this look, I also have advertising from back in the day. I actually got these pictures from the Limited 2 magazine that they would send you. The magazine was so much fun. It was really colorful, and it wasn't just selling you things, but they would have articles of your favorite celebrities, and it was just so bright, and I wish more stores would do that because it was so cool. And now, I also added rugs into the dressing room. Now, you might be wondering, why am I creating a dressing room? Animal Crossing already has a dressing room furniture piece, which is also very nice, but I want to pay homage to the real Limited 2. The dressing rooms were really big and really fancy, and you felt really cool. You always had someone helping you. Usually her name was Kate or Jessica, and it would be like, hey, do you want me to give you another size? Do you like it? Do you love it? You want me to hold it at the front for you? Already trying to entice you to buy it. And then you would have to beg your parents sitting on the couch that they would have if you can get your 100th baby doll top, or if you can go ahead and get this glitter shirt that actually didn't match anything that you owned. Throughout my quick build, you will notice that I actually go back and delete one of the dressing rooms, and this is because of functionality. I still want to be able to move around in this room. I want my villagers to be able to shop, and functionality is very important for me in Animal Crossing. So for a lot of my speed builds, you might see that although it might look really nice, I might move it because I want to be able to actually move around. Alright, let's focus on our checkout area again. I went ahead and took a merchandise table. I took 2 of them because back in most Limited 2 stores, they always had all these knickknacks right by checkout. And of course, they wanted you to buy it. That's why it was right in front of you while you were waiting to check out. They always had the latest CDs, the latest magazines, the makeup that wasn't really good for you, but it was there and you wanted to buy it. Even though you were already spending tons of money at the Limited 2, you had to make sure you had the latest butterfly clip. And at the front of the store was just as special. They always had a really fun display right in the front when you would walk in, and so that is why I went ahead and added the 2 clothing tables, as you see right in the front and in the middle. The one thing I love about creating an Animal Crossing is trying to become the most realistic, even though Animal Crossing does have its limitations. So I am actually creating a display window. Now we have no windows in this design. We have a pretend window with my wall, and it's also facing forward. But again, back to Animal Crossing, up to interpretation, I wanted to go ahead and create a display case with the latest fashion. And you see in my quick build, I actually changed the design several times, but I promise you, it's gonna look gorgeous in the end. As we continue to design, as you can see, I add ceiling decorations and lights. The ceiling decorations are really helpful for the display case. It actually looks like a display window. It would always be really fun. Tons of decorations, very bright. I went ahead and added some lava lamps. I love the lava lamp. I had several of them. They were really fun and funky, and I wish we would just bring back the lava lamp. It would be so peaceful and wholesome. I went ahead and added back the clothing. Of course, we had to do the puffy top and the PJs because it reminds me a little bit about Juicy. Of course, it was limited to, but they tried to also mimic Juicy Couture's fashion as well. So we went ahead and added some more clothing displays. We will add more decoration and actually some more functional clothing. You can actually add a display in Animal Crossing and it will shift clothes that you can buy with Poke. Now, let's pick some clothing to add to our wall. Now, again, it's not going to be exact, but we can pick something really cute. Let's go for the thrilly skirts. I would take a skirt and wear jeans with them. Again, the puff plaid shirt was definitely a thing, and so was this poncho. If you had a Limited 2 poncho, we're friends. And I went ahead and added these cute bright tops that Animal Crossing has, and we're just going to put them to the side. We're not going to have a ton of clothes on the wall because one thing I found out that really disappointed me with Animal Crossing New Horizon, there's a limit to how much you can actually have in a room, and that made me very, very sad. So we're going to have to make sure that we don't use up that limit, or if we do, we don't have to take something away, such as the clothing, which is going to be a really big part of the design. Focusing on this wall, we have a lot going on. We have the display case. We also have the dressing rooms. I had 2 dressing rooms, but in the middle of the design, I wanted to add a 3rd promotional. I had the space for it. I went to try to go and download and transfer another custom promotional, but Nintendo actually ended up being down. I double checked and they're like, yes, the system is down. I couldn't download anything. So this put me in a very awkward position because I didn't want to have nothing in the middle because it was just super blank, and I also didn't want to add an Animal Crossing poster, which sounds silly. Why would I not want to add my villagers? I want this to be realistic, and so that is why. So I went ahead and actually ended up taking out the whole dressing room here, but it ended up working out, and you'll see as we continue to design. So we went ahead and removed the closet, and I went ahead and made another clothing rack, which is actually really nice because we can add some more clothing and display. In the displays, I actually added some jelly sandals. Did anyone have the jelly sandals? They were super cute. They were very uncomfortable, and they got dirty and broke very quickly, but we loved them. That was the early 2000s. Nothing was functional. It was just cute, bright, and you know what? That's okay. So for the magazines, I was actually going to make a custom code for it, but again, Nintendo was down, so I could not do it. I didn't really like the way that it was looking, so I just went ahead and used a already made design. It looked like a tween magazine, so it was super cute, and also gave an Animal Crossing touch. And then with the displays, I started to add some really fun knickknacks because again, at the back of the store where the checkout was, there was always all these random objects that you could buy, and you just wanted it all. It was so fun, and quite honestly, I miss that. For the other displays, I went ahead and added some hair pieces and sunglasses because we already have clothing on the wall, and so this allows us to have a little bit more diversity with the hair pieces and the sunglasses. It looks very, very cool, very, very cute. Animal Crossing has some very bright designs that really could have been sold at Limited 2 back in the day. With my Animal Crossing builds, I love to add realism. In Limited 2, they always, of course, had a back room like most merchandise stores, so I went ahead and added some clothing racks, some boxes. I actually had 2 storage rooms, but towards the end of the video, you will notice that I changed one of the rooms, and you'll see what it ends up turning into. I went ahead and took these really fun lights to add to the back and just give us some more pop, some more color, some more wow, that is hot in the back for our Limited 2 focal wall. Alright, I went ahead and added 2 hanging signs. I added a cute hanging sign for the front and then also a special hanging sign for the back. If you remember Limited 2, they would always have a section in the back that was considered their clearance or their on sale area, and I would always go back there. It was huge and it was marked very clearly that this was their special sale part of the store. So I want to make sure that we could bring that into the store as well. I also started to focus back into the front display. I wanted to add these lights and change to different colors because, again, Limited 2 is a very colorful place. They've had very bright colors, neons most of the time, and that is what gave the iconic look at Limited 2. Towards this part of the speed build, I just start adding some detail. In Animal Crossing New Horizon Happy Home Designer, we have a feature called Soundscapes, which is a white noise that will play in the background. It is customizable. We have different themes, and so I went ahead and added the chatter because we're in a mall or we're in a shopping district where Limited 2 was traditionally placed. I also changed the lighting, and also the back room I changed to be a break room, but this is the overall design. Let's turn on that TV. Let's pretend it's Hilary Duff. Get that camcorder ready and let me take you to our Limited 2 store tour. So please sit back, relax, and thank you so much for building the Limited 2 with me. Hey buddies, thank you so much for joining today's YouTube video. I'm Raquel and I really appreciate the support. And if you want to go ahead and further support and wondering what else can I do, make sure again to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I do stream here on YouTube and post YouTube content. I also stream on Twitch, so if you want to go ahead and go enjoy my socials so you know when I go live on any of those platforms, just let me know. Another thing is you want to go ahead and join my Discord so that way you can grab on those Animal Crossing quick designs that we have and further Nintendo content. Just course, go ahead and join the society. We're very welcoming and we would love to have you join. And finally, if you have any ideas, if there's any Nintendo content you would like me to produce, just let me know in the comments below and I'll try my very, very best. Again, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day, buddies. Have a good one. See you later.